very interesting show tonight. So I'm very keen to get on with it. So I'm just waiting for the little hamster to finish spinning his wheels. Then I've just got to go and get the link. Let me do it that way. There we go. And that should be it. And then I'm just going to see if that works. That's always a bonus if it does. Excuse me, but I cough. Oh dear. Just trying to get the show title right. Yeah, I think it's something like that. And let's just wait for that to happen actually. And let's just let's make sure that's up actually. It says it is. Oh, that isn't. Hang on, that's why. There we go. Show title right. Brilliant. It helps if the speaker volume is up. Apparently, very picky, this technology. Anyway, right, let's just get the thing to work here. Okay. I've forgotten the name of the thing now. There we go. Project Smile. Come on, there we go. And yeah, it should be that one. Project Smile MF. And we'll just make sure that we've not got anything pinned. Good, it says we're live there, so that's great. Just make sure we haven't got anything pinned to the top. So Facebook's, oh no, we have, you see, so let's get rid of, oh, behave. Let's get rid of that. If you'd stop moving the page about, maybe I could select things. Maybe. Okay. All right, Facebook's finished tarting about, which it hasn't. Okay, here we go. Right, so that's happening. And I just want to put the show title in there, and then we're off, albeit, wow, 9 minutes late. Sorry about that. But, yeah, there we go. Right, that's that. Let's go back to there. Let's just put the show title in, and then we'll be happening. Where are we going? Let's go down. I don't know what that's doing. What's that doing? Okay. Let's just go in there, I think. Okay, and come in here. And that should be it. I don't know why I can't hear that. No, it's not playing. We haven't got any pen to the top. There we go. So I hate when it does that. Okay, brilliant. Right, let me just ignore all that. Right, okay. So, hello, good evening. Welcome to the Real You show. This is episode number probably 23, although my counting's off again. So it's 23 actually. I just put 22, but never mind. So this one is woo, really. So this is about your mind prison. Your mind prison. Or prisons, actually, it should be. And maybe you don't have any mind prisons, so it's really about my mind prisons. But you might have some and you might find it interesting. Or you may get some in the future. So we've been talking a lot about, the physical state of the storm at the moment and how we can, strangely, how we can kind of escape that mentally if we can't do it physically. But this show is completely on its head because this is about your mind prisons, or more correctly, my mind prisons. So this is about that, regardless of the physical and about us trying to escape the physical with the mental. This is about what happens when the mental takes over. So basically, I woke up from a nightmare this morning, and this nightmare has been with me all day. So we're like 18 hours on in the day now, and I am still completely shattered, almost zombie-like, in a state of shock from this nightmare. And I know it doesn't make sense. I know it wasn't real. I don't really know what it meant or what my mind was trying to tell me. I'm actually even confused now whether dreams and nightmares are our subconscious, leaking into our conscious, or whether it's something else. I just don't know, because it seems, it seems so real, doesn't it? Really, basically. And what's confusing about it is that there are usually things which are kind of real. In other words, things that have happened in the past. And usually it's about things that we're thinking about, and we can see, the abstract kind of correlation of it. But certainly, usually, to a large degree, to some extent, they're all conflicting statements. We can kind of work out, what they're a metaphor for. And talking to some people today, dreams and nightmares can be about, bad things that have happened in the past, but that have actually happened. But obviously, they're disjointed and they're intertwined with, things that didn't happen, things that just aren't, real and just don't make sense, and things that are, similes, and completely out of context and make no, they have no right being together in the same thought. Basically, I'm just saying that, dreams and nightmares are confusing. And they're doubly confusing because some of the things are, real or did happen or could happen, or are things that you're worried about or that you're trying to solve subconsciously, and all that kind of stuff. And as I say, most nightmares are about things that have either have happened or things that you're frightened, will happen. Okay, and as I say, sometimes what will happen can be so completely out of reality that it doesn't make sense, and you're trying to work out what that dream or nightmare was trying to tell you. So I don't totally know why this nightmare has stayed with me all day for like 18 hours now, and I'm still reading from it, really. And I'm not going to go into horrific detail, and it may not even be that horrific, or maybe it is, I don't know. But anyway, basically in it, one thing, a few of the things were true in that people were being, horrible to me, which is kind of reality, some of the time. And, they were questioning, everything, making me feel, worthless. So I understand where that's coming from, because I feel worthless, and because people tell me that I'm worthless. So, the situation never happened. That person, I don't believe I've ever met in my entire life, or seen them, or even in any kind of TV show or anything. So I don't know where they came from. And ultimately they did things which were horrible, which were really about them doing nothing. And, there was no even real reason for me to be there. So this is all the abstract thing in it. And then I think, I guess the thing that disturbed me the most, that was somebody that was being, continually horrible to me and teasing me. And basically I killed them, in a very, in a very violent manner. And it went on for a very long time, and they were laughing all the time through me killing them in a kind of, mashing their head to pulp kind of manner. Okay, now, I hope that I'm the person, the least likely in the world to do that. Okay, I don't normally have any violent tendencies at all, and as far as I know, yeah, no, I think I'm right in saying that I've never actually been violent to anybody, and I guess that's why it disturbs me so much, because it's completely out of character for me, and I don't know what I would be trying to tell myself there. And again, this person I did not know. I've never met. I've never seen them in a movie. I'm not likely to meet them. I don't know, why. And normally I wouldn't let somebody, um, torment me to the extent where I, even needed to kill them. So again, this is why it's sort of, you know, triply disturbing, because it's out of character and just doesn't make any sense, and it wouldn't be the normal way that I'd respond. And as I say, I don't know, I don't believe this person, even exists. Um, and of course, what was, disturbing about it was that, all the time I was killing them, they were laughing. Which is the surreal part of all of that kind of thing. But bottom line is, I've kind of been in brain freeze now for kind of like 18 hours solid now, and normally nightmares don't last that long for me. Usually I guess maximum might be an hour, and normally it's like in 10 minutes. When you've kind of told yourself that it wasn't real and that it doesn't mean anything and it doesn't matter, and it didn't actually happen, and it just it's a really confused subconscious message about something completely different. It lasts 10 minutes or something, and then it's over. But as I say, for some reason, and it wasn't actually that graphic, but obviously it feels real. That's the trouble with dreams and nightmares. They feel real, and when you wake up from them, you don't think instantly, that's not real. You think, wow, how did that happen? Or what happened? Or what was that about? Or crap, how do I get out of this now? And it stays with you for a little while. But as I say, normally after 10 minutes or something, you realise that it wasn't real, and you get back to normal, and all your normal thoughts come back. And that kind of thing. But as I say, this particular one, and I think this is probably the first time that I have had a nightmare stay with me for 18 hours while I was awake, I think. And I don't know why it happened, or what triggered it, or what it is, I'm supposed to be afraid of, or what it is I'm trying to tell myself, or anything. So, but the point is that, basically our mind is that powerful, I guess. Well, apparently it is anyway. And, so it kind of validates everything we've been saying so far, in that, despite our physical situations, it's our mental reaction to stuff, okay, reaction to stuff that, is how we can control it. And that is what depends on whether we get, distressed or stressed or fearful or depressed or angry or, joyous or happy or at peace or, calm and content or feeling fulfilled or anything. Is usually how we react to not even, reality or physical things, but whatever our thoughts are telling us, because, our senses, this is always the thing that's, kind of amazed me, is, that the only way that our mind, that our conscious, well, the only way that our subconscious mind knows whether something has happened or not is purely from what our conscious brain allows our senses to tell it. So our subconscious doesn't really know whether something is real or not real, because if our eyes see it, our eyes are just saying what it's seen, and that could be a TV show or a movie. And equally, it could be something that we can see when we close our eyes and imagine, or when we replay memories or thoughts. And our subconscious doesn't know any better. And then this is part of the alarming thing about we are what we surround ourselves with. We are the TV shows that we watch, and we are the books that we read, and we are the people that we interact with. And our subconscious brain, which is our biggest brain. I know that doesn't make sense or English or anything, but it's like I think I read it was something like 80. It's like 8,000%. It might even be bigger than that. The power of our conscious brain. So our conscious brain is like a P, in power, compared to the subconscious brain, which is kind of like probably the size of planet Earth, really, basically, in terms of processing power and stuff. But the only thing is this subconscious brain can't do anything. I think I read recently that the subconscious brain is basically a big data warehouse. And that's all it is. It doesn't know what to do with this information. It doesn't have an opinion about the information. It just kind of takes in the information and if I could say that word, compartmentalize it. There we are, and kind of tags it and indexes it and goes, this went with this. So when this happened, it made you happy. When this happened, it made you angry. When this happened, it made you fearful. So it knows that, and it tags those together. And then basically, when you see the things that made you fearful, your subconscious is going, no, hang on, last time this happened, it made you fearful. And then, it's warning your conscious to avoid it. And maybe even on a subconscious level, because I guess that's what the subconscious does. So, it will make your body, directly, react, like produce adrenaline, to make sure that you can run away, or to, change your heart rate and your breathing, to maybe flex your muscles tighter, ready to fight, all that kind of stuff. So all this kind of, all this subconscious stuff is going on. Or when you see somebody and your subconscious doesn't trust them, you're subconsciously gonna not trust that person. Okay, and that isn't necessarily a conscious thought or a conscious choice. It's your subconscious saying, here's the data on this. I don't know if this is good or bad, but the last time this happened, and by this I'm identifying as this, and this. The person looked like this, and whatever the with this situation, and they did or didn't have a gun or whatever it was. And they go, last time this happened, this wasn't good. This didn't make you feel warm and fluffy. This made you feel afraid and stuff. And so all that's going on subconsciously, a huge, 100 times faster than, your conscious brain is thinking, and our conscious brain is thinking at something ridiculous. I can't remember the exact figure, but, like 15,000 processes a second. Okay, that's how we manage to think and talk and breathe at the same time, and all this kind of stuff. Because we're what's that word? Anyway, but we're simultaneously processing 15,000 things a second, and the number might even be bigger than that. And that's our conscious brain. And then our subconscious brain, which is like 8,000% more powerful, is going at like 100 times that rate. Okay, which is how we manage to breathe, autonomously and stuff, and how our blood flows through our body, autonomously. We don't have to think about this stuff. It's not that it's second nature. It's just that our subconscious brain is kind of just making that happen. without any conscious effort on our thought. And obviously we can, try and interrupt that, and if we're afraid, we might freeze and, think, don't breathe, don't breathe. And, we're telling our subconscious brain to stop doing what it's doing. And maybe it will listen to us for a little bit. And then at some point it's going to go, no, hang on, you're going to suffocate if we, don't breathe any longer. Shut up, we're going to breathe. And that's when the bad thing happens in the movie. But you get the point. As I say, so that's always fascinated me that, the subconscious doesn't really know, what's true and what isn't. It can only take data in that we feed it, normally from our five senses, but, our imagination and our memories and all of that stuff can provide exactly the same sensations as our five senses, even if it didn't happen. And that's the kind of the beauty of imagination. And I'm also now doubting whether imagination is conscious or subconscious. I don't even know the answer to that. I think what happens is our subconscious throws an endless pile of stuff at our conscious, and then our conscious tries to rationalize it and give it structure and meaning and stuff like that. So I think that's what happens. But then, when the conscious brain has done that from the data that the subconscious brain has given it, it's then going to feed that back either in actual senses or in, imagined senses or memories recalled back into the subconscious. So, it's going to basically tell a story back to the subconscious that the subconscious doesn't know and has no control over, but also doesn't know whether it's real or imaginary or completely, fictitious, or just a dream or just a nightmare. They'll segue back to the start. So, as I say, so, it's normally important. I mean, I think it's always important, to be honest, that, when we wake from a dream or a nightmare, that we're able to know that it wasn't real, that it was a dream or a nightmare. And as I say, this morning's nightmare has stayed with me for 18 hours, so far. And even though I'm kind of logically telling myself it didn't happen, and that I know it didn't happen, and I'm trying to be rational and logical about it, I still feel the trauma as if it had happened. And even though I'm telling myself it didn't happen, and that I shouldn't be traumatized by it because it didn't happen, I'm still having a job, processing that and actually not living it and not acting as if I had lived it. And I think this is the first time ever in my life, as I say, that this has happened. So it's a bit scary because it's like you're losing control of your mind, because your thoughts are not your own, in that you can't control them and you can't, you can't rationalize them, and you just can't, stop the impact of them. And as I say, normally, nightmares, go in like 10 minutes. You might be a little bit shell shocked for, maybe 10 minutes. I think the longest ever, would have been an hour. When I would just, occasionally drift back into thinking about that nightmare and thinking, wow, why did I think that? Did that happen? Why did I think that sort of thing? But after an hour, on and off, it's gone. But normally within 10 minutes, it's gone, because you say to yourself, that didn't happen. It doesn't actually matter. Let's deal with the real world now. You just think it's my brain trying to tell me something. It's so surreal, it's normal. I don't know, what on earth it was even trying to tell me, because, half the things in it weren't real. Occasional things were real, and there were all these other things in it which were just surreal, which just shouldn't, don't belong together and just make no sense. And, that's all part of the reason why we, most of the time we've got no idea what our dreams and nightmares were trying to tell us. But yeah, as I say, so this is, normally gone in 10 minutes. This is the first time, I've had a nightmare stay with me for, like 18 hours now. And as I say, it's scary because it's like you're losing control of your own mind. And, no matter how you try and explain it to yourself and rationalize it to yourself, I'm not getting that control back. So, I'm not looking forward to going to sleep tonight. I'm imagining I'm going to make myself, stupidly tired so that, and sleep for a very, very short time, so that it doesn't happen again. What I'm hoping for is that, when I do go through this sleep cycle again, that will finally clear this nightmare, after 18 or 24 hours or whatever it ends up being when I do it. So that was, that's been my day. I haven't really managed to do anything else, other than, keep living and thinking about this nightmare for 18 hours. But the connection with the show, is that it just shows you how powerful the mind is, even over physical, situations. And, as we've discussed, this is the 23rd show now. It's about how we let our mind react to, what our mind thinks is going on. Okay. And as I say, I say it like that because, it might, normally we think that our mind is dealing with reality, and things that are actually happening. But, as today's proven to me, it can also be about things that we imagine, nightmares that we have that we can't shake off, and things that basically just never happen, never could happen, and make no sense about happening. And, and as I say, the things about dreams and nightmares, we don't really have any idea where they come from because they're involving people that we've never met, we're never likely to meet, in situations that, sometimes aren't even physically possible. And it's just, well, I guess that's the definition of what dreams and nightmares are, but, it doesn't help to rationalize them. Anyway, so the point of this show is that it is mind over matter. So, when we're going through all these things and we're saying, well, let's control how we think about things, because, our mind is so much more powerful than our physical, sensations and senses and stuff are. And, we can't necessarily change the physical, but we can totally change our reactions to what our mind is thinking about the physical. And I would also, like to think that we could also do the same things to things that we're imagining. But today, for the first time ever in my life, in my 6th decade of living, this is the first day I haven't been able to shake off, a nightmare or a dream. In other words, something that's completely imagined. I haven't been able to shake it off in 18 hours. And that's how powerful the mind is. So that's it. So if you don't think you can cope with something, if you don't think that you can be fulfilled in your current situation, I put it to you that your mind can completely, frack you over, and make you believe whatever the hell it wants. And, in theory, we can take control of that, and we can control, or at least, minimize or maximize, whichever way you want to go, in how we react to our thoughts. Okay, so that's all I've got for you. I'm still completely kind of traumatized and fuzzy and numb, and I just feel like I'm in a constant state of trauma at the moment. So that's all I've got for you. But as I say, the mind is way more powerful than, the physical. So there we go. So that's it. I'm going to go now. I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to let the YouTube run for a little bit because I don't understand when it ends. So that's it for now. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.